Most mortgage and financial advisors that I end up working with are typically working 10, 12, 14-hour days, grinding harder to essentially achieve the leads, the sales, the profit, and the freedom that they really wanted. Year after year, they're seeing little to no progress, stuck on this hamster wheel, continuing to do as they always have done and continuing to get what they've always got. I know this all too well too, because I did exactly the same thing for almost 10 years, from 2006 up until 2015, before everything fundamentally changed. If you want more leads, more time, more freedom, more fun, more profits, then this video could change the way in which you foresee your future, because I'm going to share with you the 6 lies that mortgage and financial advisors tell themselves that I have seen time and time again since 2019, where I've been coaching and consulting hundreds of financial services professionals just like you. Lie number 1, if you do a good job, referrals are going to come. It's not technically true, because if you're not marketing your business, then people aren't going to know who you are. If you're putting all of your energy and effort into doing a great job for somebody, which you should, but then relying on them finding somebody else for you and providing that referral, that recommendation as your only business strategy, you're always going to feel trapped. You're always going to feel like your leads, appointments, and sales come like buses. You'll have weeks where it's tumbleweed, and then you'll have more than you can deal with and manage. What you have to do is market your business to a minimum standard of performance. How can you build a marketing engine or machine that gets you a consistent 5 booked appointments per week, 10 booked appointments per week, 15 booked appointments per week? Even relying solely on social media as a marketing strategy is not going to be predictable. It's not going to remove stress or anxiety or worry. You need something that you can control, something that is going to deliver predictable leads, appointments, and sales every week. Line number 2 is you can't afford to hire anyone. You can't afford not to hire anybody. I believe your first hire should be a PA, or more importantly, an administrative person to manage all the lower value activities, all of the back office admin, booking in your appointments, and dealing with all the lower value activities in your business. That's what's going to remove burnout. And I haven't worked or met a financial advisor or mortgage advisor that has regretted the decision of bringing somebody into the business. When your income and your sales and your turnover reaches a predictable level, you need to start investing that back into creating more time to go on the next layer of growth in your business. From one person, you can do somewhere between 50, maybe 100 grand a year if you've got some big high net worth clients. The average in the mortgage industry is 60 grand a year. As soon as you bring on that administrative person, I would expect at least 150 to 200,000 pounds per head, which is a game changer for life and also business, because you go on holiday with less stress. You're able to take some time off. You can have a Friday afternoon where you go and have a dinner with your partner. There's loads of things that our clients are able to do, even as simple as going for a walk or getting back into the gym, knowing that the wheels are still turning. If you've been following me or listening to me for a while, I want to say a huge thank you. And I want to take this opportunity to invite you to have a conversation, but on the prerequisite that you're somebody who's ambitious, you've been in business for a little while, you're currently facing some challenges, and you're not sure on what your next right tactic is. If you really want to improve your systems, focus on getting better processes, if you want to generate more leads, if you want to build in funnels, automations, AI, if you're fed up of chaos and you want more time, freedom, and autonomy, along with doubling your revenue, then that is something that me and my team can help you with. Let's have a conversation. We call it a 15-minute growth audit, and it's about discussing where you are versus where you want to be. What are the current roadblocks and challenges that you have, and what are some potential solutions, tactics, and actions that you can take to move your business to the next level? It's a hugely valuable call. And look, it's not a sales call. It's an opportunity for us to see what's going on for you and to give you some guidance. And if you want to talk about how we can help you simplify your journey so you can systemize and scale much faster with way less stress, stopping having to figure everything out on your own, then that's something we can talk about on that call too. So all you need to do is click the link in the show notes in the description to book your free 15-minute growth audit, and we'll help you to take your business to the next level. Line number 3 is you need more followers. Stop focusing on vanity metrics. Likes mean nothing. Followers mean nothing. Whilst it's great to have a big audience and it seems like you have more potential to sell because there's more people watching, most of those aren't going to be ideal clients that you want to work with. You are much better focusing on having a small but mighty audience of ideal clients that are likely going to build trust with you. You're going to have a relationship with them. 500 followers on your one favored social media channel that you communicate with, you have conversations with in the DMs, is going to help to really drive your turnover, your leads, your sales, and your profit. If 10% of those people bought from you in the next 1 to 2 years, that's going to be a game changer for your business. That could be 50, 100, even 300,000 pounds worth of business. But you've got to build relationships focused on value-led content, getting people into your email list and your database, nurturing the relationship in the conversations and in the DMs, and your business will begin to grow and flourish. Line number 4, I've tried marketing and it didn't work. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. Everything in marketing is a test. From the piece of content that you put out to the messaging that you try, staying the course and continuing to do what you've always done is most likely going to lead to failure. Algorithms are always constantly changing in social media. The way in which people buy is always changing. The huge trust deficit that we have online at the moment because of AI is changing the length of time that it takes for somebody to buy. And particularly in mortgages, there's so much outside of your control, from the credit history to the deposit to the half-term times, to just finding the right house, or even a first-time buyer considering. They could be thinking about it 12, 24, 36 months in advance. So focusing on testing, reviewing, tweaking, perfecting. I've wasted money on SEO. I did a whole video all around that. I've ran Google ads that didn't work because the big fish in the industry came and spent more than me and wiped me out from all of the categories that I was after. Social media is the one that organically works over time, but networking, meeting people in face-to-face, building relationships, utilizing email campaigns, utilizing lead magnets, convert audience into your database and data that you own. These are all principles and practices that you can look at your customer journey and you can start to put steps in place to make sure that it's working. You need a marketing ecosystem within your business. You might try one thing and it doesn't work, but you just try the next and you keep going until you find a strategy that becomes predictable and sustainable. And this is part of the reason our clients join us in Systemise and Scale, because we give them the exact blueprint that turn leads into appointments, appointments into sales. Line number 5 is one that haunted me for years. It's that no one can do things as good as me. Will they be able to deliver the product or service? Even thinking about that administrator, the fear that they're going to get something wrong, the fear they're going to say the wrong thing to the client. I wore that hat for almost 10 years. I was the number one expert in my business in all areas from 2006 until 2015. The game changer that's happened is finding people that are better than me in each of the individual roles in my business, from editing to social media to client success to accountability to admin to advising to marketing in general. You should, as the leader, go on a mission to find people better than you and then become the leader that sets the direction, creates the satellite navigation destination, and then allows the others to put the strategy into place. Your goal is like a manager of a football team. It's not to deal with each position on the pitch. It's to know who's the person in that position, is to say, this is how we're going to win the game based on how everybody else is performing, based on what's going on in the market, what's happening in the next 90 days, and then get out of the way and allow them to drive the strategy. And your goal is to make sure that you're always constantly moving to the next milestone or the next goal. Focus on that, your game will change. Line number 6 is the belief that you can't charge more because your clients won't pay it. The majority of clients that join us go and increase their fees within the first 30 to 90 days. Immediately, every mortgage or pension or wealth management that they're doing, fee that they're charging suddenly goes up by 50, 100, 250, 500 pounds. Immediately being able to position that and pitch it better to clients gains more income and revenue. In an important process though, is also starting to think about, if you're at capacity, currently you've got more leads than you can manage, more appointments than you can manage. You're not selling the protection efficiently. Apart from the fact that you should go and recruit somebody immediately to keep the momentum going, you also should think about your capacity of increasing your prices. You might lose a few deals, but you'll actually make more money off of the other ones that you're doing. This will be a fundamental game changer to your life and also your business. That increase in fees or in revenue could also pay and cover the cost of your next employee. It's exactly what one of our clients did immediately to make sure that his admin and PA, his third one, didn't cost him anything. He just increased his fees to cover the cost. Didn't lose any deals, was able to increase his capacity and make more money as a result. So which one of these lies are you telling yourself? I would love to know, because I've been through this journey much like you have, trying to overcome these challenges along the way. If you can work out which one of these is your biggest bottleneck first, prioritize that, restructure things slightly, you're going to be able to move the needle and go in the right direction. Knowing the next right step and the next right tactic and moving one step closer to your milestone or your goal is fundamentally key to business growth. I hope you've enjoyed these 6 lies. I hope you stop telling yourself them. And if you need assistance, you know what to do. There's links in the show notes. I look forward to seeing you next week.